Welcome back to my show. I'm the Beer Adventure.
And I'm Lunchbox.
And this is an episode of the Malt Liquor Project.
Malt Liquor!
Now, by popular demand, Steel Reserve Black Can. That's what I gotta ask for, Black Can. And Black Can is also known as the triple export or also as 8.1% alcohol Steel Reserve. So this is the high alcohol Steel Reserve. Now, some states didn't get this for a long time. Tennessee now has it, but...
Now, I have to tell the Steel Reserve story about an ex of mine and her sister. She was a Steel Reserve fan, but we lived in Tennessee, and at the time, we were the max was 4.9 or 5.1 or something like that. But, you know, Steel Reserve was one of those beers that was like 0.1 over, but they let it slide because technically it was a malt liquor or whatever, right? So she was used to drinking it. Well, we had gone to Kentucky because the county that we lived in didn't have any alcohol, didn't have any hard liquors. They just had beer. So we had crossed the state line into Kentucky to purchase our liquor. And she said, well, I'll just get my beer here then. Well, in Kentucky, the Steel Reserve was 8.1, but it wasn't this black can, it was still the silver can.
Yeah.
But it was 8.1. Yeah. She didn't realize this until about 3 or 4 beers in. She couldn't walk to the fridge to get another one.
I have a similar story with going out of the area to get the, what was it, the Bud Light margaritas in Tennessee. They were like 6%, but when I would go visit my family in North Carolina, they were like 8. I'd bring them back for a friend of mine, and they would just get blitzed on them. Yeah. All right. So, just looks like beer.
It's beer.
It's beer.
I'm sorry, malt liquor. So it's gonna have a good head on it.
I've never seen this one in the small cans. I've seen the other one in the small can.
The Steel Reserve?
Yeah, like the 6% Steel Reserve.
I think I've seen the tall boys, but I don't think I've ever seen a 12-ounce can.
I don't know. I mean, they're probably out there. I just haven't seen them. All right. Smells like beer.
Smells sweet. It smells like it's got some sugar in it.
It's sweet. It's very sweet.
Almost a malt bomb.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty
Malty.
malty.
Almost a malt bomb.
But I mean, there's no discernible hop note.
The flavor goes away quick.
Well, here's one thing it does say: slow brewed for exceptionally smooth flavor. I'm gonna give them that. That shit is smooth as hell.
It is smooth, and it fades really easy, I should say, like quickly and unnoticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes you want to, wow, you do have that kind of alcohol burn though left, don't we?
Yeah, there is a little bit.
So,
Give me the hiccups.
got a little alcohol in it with your 8.1. I see what you're doing there.
I don't know. That may be the thing. You may be. You know, I've only ever seen it in this size can. And it was cheap.
It might be on the brighter side of some malt liquors too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, even though they're not a dark colored beer, they have that darker, deeper flavor to it. This has some more brighter notes to it than most of the malt liquors I've tried.
I can see that, but
and
I would
of course
say
that might be the alcohol kicking too.
it is.
It could be that. It could
It
be
is
the alcohol
smooth.
biting.
It is smooth though.
So yeah, they're trying to balance those things, that malty smooth and the alcohol bite.
I'm just kind of wondering why it's 8.1 instead of just 8.
I don't know, but you can definitely taste it in the aftertaste.
I do taste it. It says select hops.
Be careful.
But, you know, is it hoppy? Absolutely not.
I think you have to have the hops to make it.
I think you do.
But there is no hop note to it at all.
You know, if you're afraid of it being like this hop monster, fear none.
It's a malt liquor, so they're malty.
Yeah.
They go the other way.
Now, here's
Rich
my thing.
and smooth.
Is it amazing?
Not particularly.
No, not really. Is it worthy of drinking?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean
That 8.1 is one of those, like, yeah, I drink it for that. You know, I can see people wanting this because of it.
Well, here's the thing. Be on the lookout for this as well. I decided since I'd been asked to review this, what I figured I'd do, and if you'll notice I didn't pour a whole lot in each cup, is I grabbed one of these silver cans. So we're gonna have a compare and contrast of silver can and black can coming too. So you may want to look for that. I'll try to put like links.
You can see them side by side.
Yeah, so we'll put some links to that. But here's the thing: there's not a whole lot to talk about this. It's not bad. Let me preface it with that, but it's not.
So this is very middle of the road, and the funny thing is, it's because it's not middle of the road because everything is in the middle with it. It's because it's got this and this and this, and nothing's really great.
Well, my thing is I think it probably is exactly to the point what they had intended. It's not overly anything, so it's super accessible for any beer drinker. It's in a big can. It's at a low price point. It's at a high alcohol level. You know, this was marketed perfectly. It probably makes them a boatload of cash.
I can see that.
Will I have another one? There is a significant possibility.
You know,
It's an after work beer.
yeah. If I was somewhere and it was available and I was like I needed to get jump started
Yep.
down the path, this would get me there.
This is
Pretty
a pre-gamer.
That's a pre-gamer. That's a good one.
I can definitely see having this at a cookout. If somebody handed me this, I would have no qualms drinking it.
Yeah.
The only thing that would bother me if somebody handed me this was if it was warm. And I think it would be kind of funky if it was warm, but this is a cool beer and it's fine. I'm literally having to stop myself from drinking it. I think that could be a problem though. It's an 8% alcohol beer and I think I'd rather have big cans than a 6-pack because I could fire down a 6-pack before I knew it.
Well, have any of you tried this beer?
Or have
If
you
you
tried
have.
the other Steel Reserve?
Do you want to try this beer? Did you try the other Steel Reserve? Just go down there and be like, yeah, it was great, or whatever. And
I'm
then
gonna put some links and
Smash-
maybe
smash that like button, subscribe to this dude, and he'll keep drinking these beers and telling you what we think about them.
3 times a week.
All the
Okay.
time.
So come on. Did you dig it?
Meh.
Exactly. Meh. But it's not bad. But it's not. It's meh. Would you have another? I probably will.
Maybe. I wouldn't not drink it.
I think that's a really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't not drink it. Like if somebody offered it to me, it's not one of those that I would shy away from.
Right.
So.
But I think if it was like in the cooler and I had the choice of this and some other things, depending on what the other things are, I might pull the other ones. But if somebody just handed me one and said, "Hey, here's a beer," I'd crack that sucker open and start drinking it.
I know what it's all about now.
Uh-huh.
So,
I'm not even doing the Pick 6. It's a
Yeah.
big beer. Forget that.
that doesn't really come in a 6-pack. So I guess does that come down to number?
I think we do the 1 to 10. How many pints you give it?
Me personally, I'm giving it a 6.
I
I would give it a 5.
No, I'm right
Into
there.
the middle of the road, but it's an 8.1, and that gives me that extra point a lot of times because you made a strong beer. So there,
Look,
6.
It's a high alcohol, easy drinking, inexpensive beer that is relatively readily available. It's a 6.
Yep.
Well, there you have it, folks. Until your next Malt Liquor project adventure.
Cheers.